Hello, so in this video, we're going to look at how we can find the length of an arc of a circle. And before we dive into this particular question, I just want to explain the theory behind this. So if you think of a circle, then this little bit around the outside can be called an arc. And really, you could call this one here the minor arc, and this bit here that goes all the way around the outside, the major arc. And similarly, this little bit inside here, so this bit that's bounded by two radii and this arc is called a sector. And again, you can think of this as the minor sector, bounded by the minor arc, and this over here could be the major sector, surrounded by the major arc. So that's just the basics of terminology there. And if you want to find the length of an arc, then we have to use this formula here, where the length of the arc is just r, the radius, multiplied by theta, which is the angle. So if you want to find this arc length, we'd have to multiply this radius by this angle here. But importantly, the angle has to be in radians, not degrees. So normally for these questions, I'll give it to you in radians. But if they don't, then you have to convert it to radians first. Okay. So to look at this exact question then, we're asked to calculate the exact arc length and perimeter of a sector of angle 5 pi over 6 and radius 12 centimeters. There's kind of two things going on here. We've got to find the arc length, and we also have to find the overall perimeter of the entire sector. So the first thing that we want to do in this question is draw out what we have. So what I've done here is draw out a sector. So there was no need to draw the entire circle because we just wanted one sector. So we draw it out, looks a bit like a pizza slice, and then I can label it. So this angle here is 5 pi over 6. And then this length down here is the radius. So this is 12 centimeters. And this diagram is not particularly accurate. This is a lot smaller than pi over 6 in reality, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's just a diagram to get the idea across. And then once we've drawn it out and we know what we're looking for, we can then actually find the arc. So as we said, the formula for it is just length equals radius times theta. So literally the length is going to be my radius of 12 centimeters multiplied by the angle of 5 pi over 6. And we can pop that all into the calculator and it will give us 10 pi. Now I've given the answer here in terms of pi. I could write out what it actually is. I tried 31.4. If they don't tell you what to do, it shouldn't really matter. You can write it in terms of pi or in decimals to 3 significant figures. It's up to you unless they tell you what to do. Then the next part of the question, if you remember, was find the perimeter. So we now want not just this arc length, but the entire perimeter. So for that, I'm going to need this arc length that we just found, but I'm also going to need these two radii. So we can think of it as the perimeter is going to be 2 times the radius, so we want the 2 radii, plus the arc length. So that's going to be 2 times 12, because I've got 2 radiuses of 12 centimeters, plus my arc length of 10 pi, which simplifies down to 24 plus 10 pi. And like before, I could write that as just a number without any pi in it, but this is normally fine. You can only leave things in pi, and that's fine for the exam. So anyway, I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, let us know down in the FAQ. Otherwise, have a go at the MCQs, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.